Well, good evening, everyone. I am delighted and just excited to welcome you to our Mission Possible team call. It's Monday night and August the 19th, and it's always so fun for us to come together. My name is Sharon Rankin. If I haven't had a chance to meet you, I've been with the Juice Plus company for 35 years. The long story short is I used to be a broke stay-at-home mom, but now I feel very privileged and blessed to be what I call a rich gadabout grandmother. And I have been busy getting about this summer, and it's not stopping yet, but it's all good. So tonight as we come together, really it is about our mission, and it's about our vision, it's about who we are as a company and a team. The vision of our company is to inspire healthy living around the world, and our team, the Mission Possible team, has a vision and mission statement, which is that we are a growing team of inspired individuals, agents, or I'll call us ambassadors. I think that's a better term, ambassadors for change, touching and changing as many people's lives now and in the future. And every day we are doing that by sharing our story and shining the light for health and hope. So tonight we are focusing on, and we're in a series right now. If you don't know, if you're just joining in, or if you just dropped in from Mars, we're in a series with the GoPro book by Eric Worre, and we are in skills 1 and 2, chapters 4 and 5 tonight. So we're going to have a team of our leaders leading us in this conversation. And I just want to say too that I thank each of you. I know many of you have other responsibilities, full-time professions and jobs in other areas, but to take the time from your life to join us tonight on this call says so much. It says about your vision and your mission, and it says about what we're doing together as a team. So I personally thank you for being here. So I want to turn the call over first to qualifying National Marketing Director, Sandy Verdon. Sandy is in the Denver area, and she's a master at this. Finding prospects. I don't know anybody Sandy has one of the largest customer bases of anybody I know, and she's always finding new people. So welcome, Sandy. We're delighted to have you kick us off.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I feel like I need more customers. So I have been involved with the Juice Plus family for over 3 years as a customer. October will be 24 years that I started taking Juice Plus. And I was working in corporate cable television at the time, and I was traveling all the time, and I was introduced to this with a cassette tape. And I popped that cassette tape in my car, and I knew instantly, I got it. Fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I need these. I'm not getting enough of those, especially because I'm traveling so much. And so it was a very quick decision for me to start taking Juice Plus. And I haven't looked back. And I went from 2 to 3 rounds of antibiotics a year with sinus infections, cold, bronchitis, strep throat, those kinds of things. Typical, right? Normal. To not having even a cold that first 6 months going through the winter. And it blew me away. And I said, wow, that's the only thing I've changed is adding Juice Plus. And almost 24 years later, I really have had the healthiest years of my life. And at 56 and a half, I am healthier today than I was in my teens and my 20s. And so I couldn't be more grateful for Juice Plus and the shakes, which has been a part of my life every morning for over 22 years. I don't know what I would do. And I stopped to think about that. I'm like, what does anybody do in life that consistently for that long? It's pretty unusual. You don't go to the same gym that long. You don't often even live in the same house for that long. So it's pretty incredible when you look back at the consistency of that and what it's done for me and for my family. I love saying that my 16 and 18-year-olds have never had an antibiotic, and people can't believe it. And so it's pretty awesome. And this business, which I have done for over 20 years as well, exclusively getting out of a corporate environment which was toxic into a detox world of Juice Plus has been an incredible blessing too for me and my family, affording us fabulous vacations and living in a wonderful house in a wonderful neighborhood, and allowing our boys to be in high-level sports. Our first child going off to college into a PGA-sponsored program at the college called Golf Management. So he's looking at being a tour golfer, and so it's really awesome to be able to support him in any way that we can. So getting on with meeting people, it's through all of those processes I talked about that I've met people over these years, through work initially, through my children, through the children's sports, schools, and just being out there enjoying and loving life and traveling and meeting people next to me on the airplane and all of that. But when we get back to GoPro, which I just love this book when we first started reading it, last week, Beth talked about the different types of people who get into network marketing and the different stages, posers, amateurs, and professionals. And just to remind you, posers are the people that come in and think that they're going to hit it big right off the bat. They've got a mental list of a handful of people they're going to really pitch and talk to. And a lot of it's just going to be luck, that they're going to get this done. And they usually don't go very far. Amateurs are those people that next step where they make that memory jogger, they make a list of 100 names, and they just go about talking to those people, but they really don't have the skills to talk to them in the right way. And professionals are those people who learn the skill and learn how to educate people and really get a respect for the business and the product and the process. And I don't want to use respect lightly. Respect is everything. So respecting the process, the opportunity, and the product is huge. So I'm going to be referring to some of my notes tonight because I don't want to miss anything. So apologize if I'm looking down a little bit. But professionals educate people, and it's about building a bridge and building trust with people. And we talk about this all the time. This isn't new. This is something that we talk about on these calls every week, is about education. And when I look at what I do, I tell people I'm really an educator. I educate about nutrition. I educate about our business opportunity. Educate about our company. So it's about education, earning respect, and building that bridge with people. And that's the skill right there. Finding quality people is the core of our business. It's the core skill of our business. So don't skirt around that by any means. So the list is really important though too. And Eric Worre, who wrote this book, he talks about starting to build that list of 100 names. And, there are 4 simple steps to doing this. So when you're making this list initially, everybody you know, and everybody that you come in contact, everybody you do business with. And then once you have that name down, he talks about the 6 degrees of separation. And so think about everybody on that list and who they know. So you take it to that next level. Who do they know? And if they're close friends with you, or if they're people in your realm, in your circle, then you probably even know the people that they know. So add those people to your list. That's 6 degrees of separation. And you're always constantly expanding the list. And I'm going to talk about Teamzy here real quick, because when I was reading through this, of course, when he wrote this book, I don't even think Teamzy was around. Mm-hmm. And so, we just had this fabulous training on Thursday with Teamzy, but I've been using Teamzy for probably, I think since last conference, maybe 6-7 months or something. And have I been using it religiously? No, I've kind of gone in and out of it. But more recently, I have been more focused on it and religious with using it every day. And I love it because this is where you can put your list. You upload your Facebook friends, and they help you do all of that with that. And you can put if you have a Juice Plus database in your virtual office, you can put that in there, and you just keep adding names. And as part of the goals in Team Z, it says add new people. It's part of your daily method of operation of adding new people every single day. Yeah. And if you focus on adding a couple of people every day, think about how that will grow that opportunity list. And so Team Z, then it says, he talks about finding a creative way to stay in touch with these people that you're adding. Because it's like, there's so many people, how do I do this? How do I remember who they are? How do I remember why I met them? How do I remember where my last conversation was with them? But Team Z does just that for you. It's a customer management system that allows you to put new people in there, write notes about them, and it gives you scripts to say things to them. So you don't have to think about it. So it really fits into this skill so perfectly. And if Eric Worre were to rewrite this, he'd probably put Team Z in here instead of, your piece of paper, and keep your piece of paper going, right? It tells you who you need to contact on a regular daily basis. And so that's how you creatively stay in touch with people. And I know with me, with Facebook tells us when people's birthdays come up. And I rarely miss an opportunity to wish somebody a happy birthday. And I have downloaded fruit and vegetable birthday cakes, pictures, images of fruit and vegetable birthday cakes. And I always attach the image on there, because if you go to their birthday page, you can see everybody wishing them a happy birthday and the typical emojis and stuff like that. But something like the birthday cakes that I send, it takes up quite a bit of room and it's very visible. So think about that. And the other thing that I've been doing lately, if it's not on Facebook, is if you have an Apple 10 or higher, you can create an avatar. Did I do this for anybody on here? I have been using that avatar to text people, and I sing happy birthday to them, because you can do an audible. And you have this avatar that it kind of looks like me, and it gives your facial expressions and everything. It's really very cool. And always, every single time without fail, I get a text back thanking me, usually with a LOL and that kind of a thing. And so just those little tweaks can make you stand out more with people. So it's just a lot of fun. He also mentioned a book by Harvey. Is it McKay or Mackey? I want to say it's McKay.
Okay.
McKay. He did a book called Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty. And it relates to this whole conversation specifically. So if you're looking for some more reading, Harvey McKay's book, Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty, is also in there. So it's not very hard to meet people. You just have to be aware. And there's so much we delete in life as we walk through the store, we're walking through the gym or working out. And it's easy to delete people around us. Instead, be the one walking with your head up, looking like you're going with intention in life, and look people in the eye as you pass them and smile. And this is something that Sharon always teaches us, is smile with your teeth, right? Yes. Smile with your teeth. And I think about that, Sharon, I have to tell you, because it's easy just to go, it really is. But when you put the energy behind just opening your mouth a little bit and showing some teeth, you feel the energy. You feel happy. And you're putting out that energy to the people around you. And even at the gym, I go 4 days a week. I know a lot of people there. I'm always saying hello to everybody. But when I see somebody new, I go out of my way to say hello to them, to smile at them, and even start a conversation with them to ask them, I noticed they're new. Where are they from? So start conversations with people that, if it makes sense in the realm of what you're up to. So constantly expanding that list, and Teamsy will really help with that. He also talks about how in network marketing, so many of the people that have been in his organizations are not people he knew before he started in network marketing. And I have to say that too, over 20 years in this business, and I'm sure Sharon and Sally and Nancy and all of these longevity people in here too. Do we even have anybody on our team that we knew before we were in network marketing? It's like, it's such an evolution as we go through the years, that I didn't know most of the people on my team at all before I started network marketing. And so it's all about meeting new people. Network on purpose. And this is something I think that Sharon thinks I do so well. I talked about the gym, I talked about the store, but it's also about finding groups that you can relate to. Now, it might be a business networking group, great, or what we call a leads group, excellent. Chamber of Commerce, a business to business organization. I've just recently been going to one since February. I guess it's not that recent, but it's pretty new to me, that I found on Meetup, and it's called Alternative Business Networking Group. It's free. It's not industry specific. So some of them, you can only have one person from that industry in that group. This is not. And their whole emphasis is, we are in here to get to know each other and build relationships. And they even say, I don't want anybody pitching their business while you're in here for this hour. We're going to go around and do a 30-second commercial, but I want you to tell us why you do what you do.
Oh, wow.
Not what it is, per se. So no pitching. It's all about scheduling one-on-ones with people outside of this meeting. So in this meeting, you can get business cards from people that you want to connect with outside. And in those one-on-ones, they still say, don't pitch your business, build the relationship. And so it's very cool. I love that. And there's many times there's other people in there that are in the wellness business, whether they're nutrition coaches or that maybe they're with another network marketing nutrition business. And I don't feel threatened at all, because we're not in there to pitch our business and our product. We're in there to make friends and build relationships. And so that's been really, really cool. But otherwise, join something that you enjoy doing. And I'm going to leave it there. And I took longer than I thought.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. You have done a beautiful job of taking us through that, finding prospects. And so we're going to also talk about inviting prospects to understand our product and our opportunity. So Nancy Jakovac, National Marketing Director, and Ann Isom, Qualifying National Marketing Director, are going to lead us in that discussion as we close our call. So welcome, Nancy and Ann.
Well, Sharon, we're supposed to, and I just want to say everything that Sandy said was very, very, very important and needed to be said as part of this presentation. However, we have 10 minutes left, and I happen to believe that the invitation process deserves a lot more than 10 minutes. Ann and Jessica, would you agree with that? Would you be willing to allow us to do this next week on the call?
Absolutely. Okay. That works for me. So
we'd either be going about 15 or 20 minutes over tonight, or we'll save this and really do it justice next, or we would try to cram it into the next 10 minutes. I do believe, Sharon, that there are a few things that we can, well, one thing I do, a story that I want to tell that's right in line with Sandy's training, and Ann knows this. This was just an unusual thing that happened to me the other day as I was shopping. Big surprise, right? I happened to be shopping in a Kohl's you probably all have those, and you all get your Kohl's cash that burns a hole in your pocket and you have to go spend it. And that's why I was there shopping with my Kohl's cash. And the sweetest little lady came up to me and said, would you check your cart and see if my phone is in the front pocket? And it was not. And she said, I left it in one of the carts. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this store. I said, well, why don't you just tell me your number and I'll dial it. And you can either hear it ringing or someone will hear it ringing. That's what we did. And sure enough, a lady was answering it right next to it. This little lady had gone off to another part of the store. A lady next to me was answering a phone. She said, I don't know whose phone this is. It's in my cart, and it was ringing. So we went to the jewelry counter. I said, let's page the person who left her phone here. When we reconnected, I said to her, I don't know about you, but when things like this happen, I honestly believe it's for a reason. Do you agree with that? And she said, I do. I said, I'd love to develop a relationship with you. I've got your number in my phone. You've got my number in your phone. But, it just happened that way. And I said, it gave me goosebumps. She gave me a big hug and she said, I absolutely believe that. So we don't know where this is going to go, but it's another opportunity to develop a relationship. And as Sandy was saying, you discard people every day who come into your life. And if you truly believe that those people came into your life for a reason, you won't be so quick to discard them. Maybe this is going to be your next best friend or your future best business partner. Who knows? It's just, we don't know where it's going to go, but we'll explore it. Then I think Sharon would like to make sure everybody is aware of the important messages that are shared in Insights every Wednesday. Sharon, you want to pick up on that one?
I will. I hope in the last 2 weeks, especially last Wednesday, how many of you have gone in and looked at your Insights magazine from last Wednesday? I want to see by a show of hands. Okay. If you have not, I'm going to ask you to do that before we do our call next Monday night, because we are going to follow up on some of the information that was shared next Monday night, along with inviting prospects to look at our business. There are some important announcements taking place within our company and our community right now. Many of them will be done in Austin, but these are things that you need to know right now as we begin September, because messages will be going to our customers in September. And we want you to be aware and informed and armored with whatever information, education, and information you need. So please go in and look at your Insights. If you are not getting Insights, you need to call the company and let them know ASAP. Make sure they have your correct email address, because it comes into your email box every single Wednesday, and there's important information. So thanks, Nancy, for giving me that platform. But it is important that we read our Insights magazine and stay up to speed on things. So thank you, Sandy, so much for sharing tonight in a beautiful way and sharing from your experience and perspective. And guys, these are the best days I've ever seen with our company. I don't know that I could be any more excited after 35 years than I am right now. And that to me is a tremendous blessing, to be in a veteran in an industry for 35 years and not be saying, when can I retire? When can I get out? When can I lay down? But no, who else? The question I have now is, who else needs to hear this message of inspiration and hope that we have with the Juice Plus mission and company? So blessings, everybody. Let's go out there and shine the light, because what do I tell you? There's somebody praying today for an answer for their health concerns and their financial challenges. Have a blessed week. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Sharon.
Good night.
Thanks, Sandy.
Good night.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy.
You're welcome.
Good night.